Neil Simmons was a man who was willing to make sacrifices in order to get the things he wanted for himself and for his family. He and his wife Evelyn had decided they wanted to live in the town where both of them had grown up. That meant taking a job in the factory where his father and his grandfather had worked before him.
I know. We could go all day long.
Neil Simmons and Evelyn had been high school sweethearts. Now, with a 10-year-old daughter and a home of their own, they often felt their dreams had come true. But Neil didn't know that sometimes making dreams come true requires a miracle.
Bye-bye.
Beth, you crazy girl.
I'm not doing that again. Sticking to my usuals.
Neil felt confident about his job at the mill. His supervisors seemed to like his work, and he was a third-generation employee. He expected to be there for a long time. And Evelyn was trying her hand at being a writer. Her current project was to make a book out of a collection of all her grandmother's favorite recipes she had found stashed away in boxes around the house. Meanwhile, their daughter Beth was learning to love and cherish life. And the Simmons family always made sure they had time to share together.
Max, come on, Max!
Go.
Woo!
But one morning, when Neil reported to work, he found his name on a long, impersonal list of employees whose jobs had been terminated. The mill was closing. Scarcely knowing where to go next, or even how to break the bad news to his family, Neil headed home. Meanwhile, Evelyn eagerly awaited the mail as she did every day, hoping for a positive response from one of the publishing firms to which she had sent her manuscript. Today, there was a letter from one of the more prominent publishers, and for a moment, Evelyn dared to hope that this would be the acceptance letter she had been waiting for. But it was not to be.
I'm sorry.
The letter was another rejection notice.
Neil, what are you doing home so early?
They shut it down. I don't have a job.
It all seemed so
It's
sudden.
all right, we'll get through
Just
it.
yesterday, the world was full of hope and dreams. Now, there seemed to be little hope, and all their dreams were shattered. Evelyn took part-time work cleaning other people's homes,
Mommy, look what I
while
drew.
Neil concentrated his time and energy on finding other work.
You, and that's me, and that's Dad. Okay.
Hi, sweetheart. Great news. I got a job offer. But we'd have to move to Oakland. But they said they'd find us an apartment near the plant.
That means we'll have to leave this place?
I know how you feel about this place. I love it too. But it's the only offer I've had. Oh, I brought in the mail. Something here for you.
They say I don't know my subject well enough. The subject is my grandmother.
I'm sorry. It'll happen for you. I know it will. Just have to be patient, okay? Okay? Come here.
Mommy, Daddy, I don't want to move away. I love it here.
The circumstances of a changing world were now controlling the lives of the Simmons family. Both Neil and Evelyn knew it would take a miracle for them to be able to stay in the home they loved. But then, neither of them believed in miracles.
You okay? Oh, it's okay. It was just a dream, honey. It scared me. You okay? Tell me a dream.
We were all walking and we found strawberries.
As she described her dream, Neil discovered that the strange images from her dream sounded incredibly like his own. The dream flashed by again. It was more vivid than any other dream he'd ever known. The family was walking together and saw some strawberries, but for some reason didn't dare to eat them. Next, there was a large green tractor that they had to walk around, and that took them into a dense fog, where a woman suddenly appeared and smiled as if she knew them. Finally, a bright light seemed to engulf the family. It was the light, Beth said, that had frightened her, and it was the light that had jolted him awake.
That's very strange. You said a bright light came up out of the fog?
But what does it mean, Daddy?
Maybe the bright light is our new job and our new life in the city.
But we love it here.
I know. I love you.
A father and daughter having amazingly similar dreams at the same time is, to say the least, unusual.
You said a bright light came up out of the fog?
But at that moment, Neil certainly didn't think of it as a miracle. The next few days were busy ones for the Simmons family. The company that offered to hire Neil promised to buy their house and find the family new lodgings near their plant, but they would have to move in only 1 week.
Mommy, Daddy, where's the bulletin board?
Honey, we're packing, you know that. It'll have to wait till we get to our new apartment.
Why don't you hang that picture on the dashboard of the truck?
Okay, I like that idea.
Whoa.
This? Is this yours?
No, I've never seen it.
This is my grandmother's. Look. I never knew she looked so young.
Then, in the midst of all the confusion, Evelyn and Neil found an old shoebox filled with letters written by Evelyn's grandmother. They were letters filled with all the colorful emotion, trials, and happiness of rural life in years gone by.
Amazing. She tells so much about her life growing up.
I can't even keep Max. He's my favorite. Promise you'll take care of him? I promise.
Soon, almost everything the Simmons family owned had been packed into boxes and loaded into the mover's truck, until finally there was only one item left to be moved: Evelyn's word processor. Inspired by the discovery of her grandmother's letters, Evelyn immediately began to rewrite her manuscript. The colorful stories, tender memories, and anecdotes seemed to flow effortlessly onto the pages. Soon, the furniture truck was completely loaded. There was nothing left for the Simmons family to do but take one last look at the home they had hoped to live in all of their lives. Unfortunately, circumstances they could not control had now destroyed those hopes. After the long first day's drive, the Simmons family was glad to find a motel at which they could finally rest.
Daddy! Daddy!
All the particulars of the dream were the same. The strawberries, the tractor, the woman standing in the fog, and the blinding light. But somehow, they all seemed more intense, more like a warning that something terrible was about to happen.
Yeah, she's okay. She just had that dream again. It's all right, go to sleep. Be okay.
The next day, as they continued their journey, the drive was boring and uneventful. But when they made the last turnoff for Oakland...
Daddy, strawberries!
Neil knew why Beth was so excited by the small sign reading, "Strawberries." And as he rounded the next turn, a dense fog settled in around the car. A cold chill ran down his spine as he peered anxiously into the gathering mist.
Daddy!
The feeling of impending disaster seemed to grow with each passing moment. The strawberries, the tractor, and then...
All right, that's it.
Neil, he's not stopping! What was that?
There's something else coming.
I don't know.
It's okay, I'll be right back.
Wait, Daddy, be careful!
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. That was close, though.
Yeah, I've been following the guy for the past couple of miles, and I'm pretty sure he's drunk. You know, we should go to the sheriff's office and report this.
Yeah, I agree.
The quiet courtesy of a concerned driver on a fog-bound highway was to add the final chapter to this amazing series of events.
Okay.
You know, you should read this. My granddaughter wrote it.
Your granddaughter?
While Neil and Evelyn filed their report, the stranger who had stopped to see if they needed help thumbed eagerly through Evelyn's manuscript. He seemed completely absorbed as he devoured page after page.
This is really a wonderful novel about a very special woman. Just the sort of thing my company is always looking for.
To Evelyn's complete astonishment, the man introduced himself as a publisher and told Evelyn that her work was not only an outstanding piece of writing, but was exactly the sort of book that his firm had currently been seeking. Incredibly, this chance meeting led to a 1 in a million offer for publication, with a large enough advance payment to allow the Simmons family to return to the home they loved. A father and daughter who shared almost identical dreams, dreams that not only literally came true and helped them avert a terrible tragedy, but in the end brought them the fulfillment of their family's most cherished dreams. For the Simmons family, there will always be a special fondness for strawberries and a realization that asleep or awake, miracles can creep into your life when you least expect them.
My wife and I had had similar reoccurring dreams about an impending accident, and we didn't take it very seriously until I noticed the spot on the road that was similar to my dream. And I became very frightened, drove very slowly, and was able to avoid a tragic accident because of the dream. Over the years since then, I've thought of this event many times, and as a scientist, I realized that there is no rational explanation other than a higher power, supernatural intervention, and that dream saved our lives.